The Wizards got to play more defense, bro. 140 points in this league. It's like a new thing now for teams to be consistently dropping 120, 130. But 140, you can't allow no 140. The Wizards are now 2-6. Boy, do they miss John Wall, man. Do you think that they would be better right now if John Wall was there instead of Russell Westbrook? And I guess a two-parter, do you think Russell Westbrook will become like the new scapegoat here in Washington?
Yeah, Russell Westbrook will absolutely be the scapegoat. And like I said, less is more with that guy. Like, you open up with 3 straight triple doubles by the guy, you go 0-3, he misses at the back end of a back-to-back, like, and we get a victory in the 6th game. I mean, it's crazy, bro. You know, and I said this before on the Wizards Junkies and on here too. Like, you give up Russell Westbrook. You give up John Wall for a similar contract than Russell Westbrook, and you expect John Wall to be like, hey, I'm not going to be as explosive as I once was before. I'm not going to be the same guy. Plays for the Rockets, and he looks just as good as he did before, if not better. You know what I mean? He looks just as explosive, just as spry. And then you have Russell Westbrook, who hasn't even gotten a dunk yet. He doesn't look like he used to, and maybe that's because he's 32. He has bad knees. But, like, I don't know. I can't justify the trade right now. I wasn't a fan of the trade in the first place. Like, I wanted to see John Wall and Bradley Beal get at least one more chance, maybe 2, depending on what happens this season. Like, this was supposed to be a really important year, and I'm not gonna blame Tommy Shepard for the trade. I'm gonna blame Ted Leonsis because I feel like it was his move more so than anybody else. We got upset about John Wall getting caught with like that shirtless video with him throwing the gang signs, blah blah blah. You know, he gets caught playing spades on the interview. Like, the dude was making some immature mistakes, but don't trade him because of that, bro. Like, give him one more chance. If you have to, trade him at the deadline. If you have to, trade him next off season. It just feels like the trigger was pulled too soon. Yeah.
You got to be honest, bro. Right now, it's probably easiest to say. And when the trade first went down, I said Washington won this trade because you're giving away a guy who hasn't played in 2 years, a guy who's injury prone. Yes, he's gonna come out firing on all cylinders, John Wall, right? Whichever team he goes to. And I was thinking, ultimately, you're getting more skill in Russell Westbrook, but the realization is starting to sit in with me now. Come playoff time, we're going to see the same movie over and over and over again. Bradley Beal looking for somebody to help him out in the fourth quarter, Russell Westbrook, and he was throwing bricks last night. And this is the regular season. This felt like a game where they really wanted to win this game. You know, there's some regular season games that just got more oomph in them than other ones, right? This felt like one of them, even though it's only game number 8. This felt like almost like a must win at 2-5 with this new squad with Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, right? 2 superstars. You don't want to go 2-6. So it felt like a must win game, and they just couldn't come up with the win. And Russell Westbrook did not do any favors here. He had 14 points in the game yesterday. He was looking for Bradley Beal a lot, but once he started shooting in the fourth, man, it wasn't very good. Like I said, they just ran out of gas. And John Wall in Houston, you look at how he's doing. He's running all over the place, playing defense. I think he scored like 28 last night, more than James Harden even. He looked like he's the best player in the Rockets as of the last 2 games.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and again, John Wall, James Harden doesn't even want to be there. Same might just be low.
Yep, nope.
But, you know, John Wall is definitely making a trade good for the Rockets and kind of poor for the Wizards. I mean, and you hit the nail on the head, bro. Like, when it matters the most, crunch time, playoffs, the dollars are the brightest. He's either gonna shoot you out of a game, he's gonna want to compete with Damian Lillard or like Donovan Mitchell. You know what I mean? Losing to a rookie in the playoffs, like, it's just so many flaws with him. No matter how competitive he is, it just always seems to bite him in the ass. And again, I would have wanted to see what John Wall could do, and if he increases his trade value, then even better. You could actually get a younger point guard. But instead, you got a guy. John Wall is only 30 years old. You get an older point guard with just as much injury issues. And yes, he can like change the culture, But again, the dude is older. He's got more mileage on him. He's got just as many knee injuries. Like, what was the point?
To me, bro, I think Russell Westbrook, he needs to be at this point. He's proven that he can't be the guy on the team, right? And I think this year, let's see how it goes, right? I don't want to be prisoner of the moment, but I think this year he's potentially going to prove why he cannot even be the number 2 guy. He's going to need to be the number 3 guy somewhere. Like, for example, if he were to go play in LA with the Clippers, he would have to be the 3rd guy behind Paul and Kawhi. If he were to play whatever other big 2 you got going on, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, he should be a number 3 guy. I think that's where he's going to get a ring. If he does get one, it's going to be as a number 3 or just an important player. Like, he's not the guy or even the backup guy.
Yeah, which is great because
it sucks, man.
Prior to even getting traded, he was like, "Oh, I want to go to the Knicks. I want to go to like rebuilding teams and help them get better and be a leader in this, that, and the third and be like the man again." Come on, dude. Like, you don't need to be doing all of that. And I'm not gonna continue shitting on the Wizards. I will say this: I'm really happy to see how Thomas Bryant is playing right now, and Denny Avdia. Like, they're both super competitive guys. They're both like showing their growth and their ability to play. Especially Thomas Bryant. Like, he had the game-winning bucket against the Nets the other day.
Yeah.
He continues to show how much he has improved. Like, I honestly think he was one of the best players in the bubble last season. I think he should have been all bubble, like 2nd team or 3rd team, whatever it may be, just because, you know, hitting threes, blocking shots, showing out that energy. I mean, the dude is OC when he gets hyped. It's like it's the most hilarious thing. But yeah, I'm really happy to see him play. I feel like it should be more Bradley Beal and Thomas Bryant 2-man game than Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, my turn, your turn type of offense. And I blame Scott Brooks in the way for that. Like, we can keep dunking on Russ, but Scott Brooks has a role to play in here, not being able to get those guys to play defense or figure out a way to help create better offense.
You know what it is, bro? Scotty is making Russell feel very comfortable, and honestly, I think he's getting a bit too comfortable already, and it's showing. They need to get into some more uncomfortable spots. Tell Russell Westbrook, bro, you know what? Instead of playing 35 minutes tonight, you're playing 28 minutes tonight, and you might even get, instead of 15, 20 shots, you're gonna shoot 10 times tonight. You're gonna shoot 8, 9 times tonight. They need to use him differently. Stop trying to make this guy be the focal point of the offense. You know, I know that Bradley Beal is gonna get his, and he's gonna need some help, but get some help elsewhere, because Russell Westbrook right now, the scheme that they got going on right now, clearly it's not working. Again, it's only the 8th game, but 2-6 is nothing to be happy about, and it's almost time for the panic button. I would say if they like go as far as like 3-10, they might even have to consider firing Scott Brooks.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I would not. I'm not gonna. Yeah, actually, no. I'll join those calls. I'll join the call for a fire.
Oh yeah,
Scott Brooks. I mean, it's just insane, bro. And I don't know if you follow him, but there's this NBA Twitter guy, Scout with Brian or Scott by Brian. He had like a huge tweet shit thing. He was talking about, oh yeah, you know, I worked for the Wizards as a scout, and we had a big board of plays and diagrams and all that with Scott Brooks. Showed it to Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks is like, yo, I think half of this is gonna be gone. You know what I mean? Scott with Brian was like, oh yeah, Scott Brooks, he doesn't prepare for games like that. He's kind of a lazy coach. He does, you know, X, Y, and Z very, very lazily, and he doesn't prepare and this, that, and the third. It's just crazy. Like, and he's just an NBA coach, bro. You're coaching at the highest level, coaching the very best players, and you just have these really bad hits.
World.
How ridiculous is that, bro? And I can't say this is all true because this is third-party information, but yeah, crazy, bro.
It's just what you hear, and yeah, and that's dope that you get to be a part of those Zoom calls, huh?
Very dope. I should probably raise my hand more on Zoom and ask questions, but
tell us a little bit about that.
So, I mean, basically get emails from Monumental. Click here, get in the Zoom calls with, you know, Scott Brooks, you know, Ish Smith, Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, Thomas Bryant, Denny, Troy Brown Jr., whoever it may be. basically get to just be a part of those calls and actually be a part of NBA press conferences. I'm still kind of like getting into my zone, I guess you could say, because I'm used to interviewing like college basketball players and high school players. So it's not that I'm intimidated, but it's just kind of like a weird thing. I'd rather be able to go to the locker room and all that and actually talk to them in person instead of meeting them virtually. It's weird.
Right. Nah, but dude, that's dope. You're stepping on up. You had interviews with high school players in the locker room, college players, and now you're getting a feel for what a NBA presser is like, hearing the kind of questions they ask, and maybe even learning what kind of questions not to ask. You know, you got all types of reporters asking crazy questions, or players just look at them like, bro, what the fuck you talking about, man?
Facts.
So yeah, you're definitely learning the ropes.
That's the one thing I hope to never get caught up in, is just getting a side eye or just asking the wrong question, because I do not want to be viral. I do not want to I do not want NBA Twitter to be coming after me for asking an insensitive question. Like, that's just the worst thing I could ever happen.
Facts, man. Nah, you're well on your way though, bro. We're gonna be looking forward to seeing if y'all not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe, hit a like on this video, and be on the lookout for these videos, right? Like, so Monumental sends Brooks these videos. So we have 2 of them so far in the channel. One is Bradley Beal's post-game conference after dropping 60, and the other one was a warm-up for during the preseason. But it's always, you know, super clean footage, and you know, like fresh footage too. Like you'll probably catch it on our channel and a couple other people's channels before you'll see them anywhere else. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And the Hot Media too. You know, we got Hot Media in the description, which is a Brooks sports blog. So y'all definitely should check that out as well. It's a lot of dope stuff coming.
Gonna try to post up more Wizard stuff, and then if I can just get on my own way, start doing like more NBA talk stuff, then I'll do that too.
That's a fact. I think Hot Media podcast would be a dope idea, huh? As like another branch of Hot Media.
Yes, sir. Hot Media gonna be. I mean, it's already an HMO affiliate, so definitely just branch out a little bit more and have some more fun with it, man. Because we're already growing here, huge, big time with that analysis, HMO, and all that. So Hot Media needs to be a part of that too.
That's a fact.